Terry Fisher was born and raised in Tulsa and received his bachelor's degree from the University of Tulsa. Then he and a friend opened a Christian gift shop called the Salty Fisherman right down the street from ORU, even though Terry was not a Christian at the time. Through a series of events, Terry became a Christian. He met his future wife Julie, an ORU student, at the store, was baptized at Easter in ORU swimming pool, and married Julie in 1976. Terry was working at an oil and gas company and taking night classes at TU to earn an MBA when he happened to meet ORU's business school dean, Dr. Henry Miori. Dr. Miori encouraged Terry to enroll at ORU instead and hired Terry to serve as his assistant. Terry became friends with Rick Fenimore at ORU, and after grad school, they started their own company, Trinity Chemical Industries. Through the generosity of these two friends, the College of Business is getting a capital markets trading floor and a student-managed investment fund. In the 1990s, Terry co-chaired the alumni segment of ORU's Quest campaign and helped raise more than $2 million. He and Julie have served as wingbackers, sponsored tables at the homecoming banquet, and been strong supporters of ORU athletics. Terry was a member of the Golden Eagle Club, served as board chair of the ORU Alumni Association Board of Directors, and as a founding member of the Board of Reference. Terry appreciates the donors who helped build ORU and made his education possible, his family, and all the ORU friends who have had such a powerful impact on his life. In recognition of the impact that Terry Fisher has made on ORU, the Alumni Association is pleased to honor him with the 2021 Alumni Award for Distinguished Service to the Alma Mater.
Thank you so much. Quite an honor to be here. It is truly a journey that it did start, like the video said, with the Salty Fisherman right down the street. I am curious if any of you alums ever made it into that store. Oh yeah, a few did. It's awesome. It is true. I was not a believer. I was not pretending to be a believer. But we had this idea that we would start this store right down the street. It was about a mile north of ORU. And we did. We opened the store up, and that's where I met a lot of the ORU students. And that's where a real pivotal moment happened in my life. A man came in the store one day, or a young man, and he started talking to me about Jesus. And he never once asked me if I went to church. He never suggested I go to church. Never said that I should change my life. But he did say that he thought it would be a great idea if I would just consider Jesus. And I said, okay, well, what does that mean? And he said, well, just think about what he said, how he lived his life, that sort of thing. I said, okay, fair, that's fair. I can do that. I can consider Jesus. So with that, I thought maybe it's a good idea that I start reading some of the books that I'm selling in the store. And the way I picked out the books, nothing scientific, I just thought, well, if it looked like a good title, a good cover, it'd probably sell. And most of them did. I thought, well, that works. So anyway, I started thinking, well, I should probably read some of this stuff. So I thought, I need something really interesting. I'd met a few students from ORU, and they come to the store. So I was walking up and down the aisle choosing a book, and I thought, I saw one that said, They Speak with Other Tongues. I thought, I'll read that one. That's perfect. So that was my introduction to the Holy Spirit. So later, after I became a believer, in the store, actually, my wife came in, Julie, she's here, and she was a freshman at ORU. And coincidentally, she never did buy anything from me. So I'm still paying today. She's not buying, but I'm still paying. So we've been married now for 45 years. So my wife's here, and any of you that know Julie, I definitely married up. So with that, my daughters are here, and it was through Julie mainly that I met so many of her friends. I actually would hang out with her. I wanted to see her. I'd come on campus, go to chapel. I actually got baptized in the ORU swimming pool when it was in the other building, the dome building there. I'm not even a student here. I'm getting invited to be baptized in their swimming pool. So that was awesome. So, and then I happened to meet, a few years later, I happened to meet Dr. Miori, like it said in there, and I think maybe that he believed in me more than I believed in me. He offered me a scholarship to come here that I couldn't believe that would happen to me. And, he asked me, why don't you come to ORU? And I said, well, I'm married, there's no student housing, you don't have a night program, there's a lot of reasons. And he said, well, let me work on that. So can you give me a week? I said, sure. He calls me back in a week and said, I'll make you an offer. If you'll come to ORU full-time and be my assistant, then everything will be paid for. I'm like, what? Unbelievable. So I did. I came to ORU, became his assistant, and then that was another pivotal moment in my life. That's where, in graduate school, I met my business partner, Rick Fenimore, who's right here. So a lot of people, we met, we hit it off, we became fast friends, and we've been partners for over 36 years now. So a lot of people said, well, you guys can't be friends and partners, that's never gonna work. But it did. And, for a couple of BEAT students, we made it work, and, we thought, okay. We had a few measures of success, and, here we are. So a few years later, my youngest daughter, two of my daughters, by the way, came to ORU, and one of them married an ORU grad. And so my youngest daughter, though, she went to Baylor. So, that was another pivotal moment. She went there, and we went down there to see her and enroll her. Well, I happened to go into the business school because I had convinced her, no matter what degree that she got, that she should have a business minor, because every part of life has something to do with business. So she took my advice, so we went to the business school. Well, I happened to see the capital markets trading floor in their school of business, and in the back of my mind, that registered with me like, that's pretty cool. So I thought if that was possible, at some point, maybe ORU would get one of those. So it's not in the brochure that you have at your tables tonight, but besides all the other great things that are going on around here, and what a momentum, what a journey that we've all been on, and to see all the stuff that's happening, it's pretty phenomenal. So Dr. Wilson, that's, kudos to all that's going on around here. Really phenomenal. But on top of that, Rick and I decided that we would see if we could kind of restart the School of Business a little bit. And so we have decided that we're going to start the capital markets trading floor at the School of Business. And how this works is that students are going to trade real money and invest real money and take real risk. And the reason that's so exciting is because when Baylor started their program, they were very gracious to help us get this started too. They started with $250,000, and that fund today is worth $11 million. It pays for about 15 or 20 scholarships a year, pays for the adjunct professors, it pays for all the expense that goes into having this terminal, and we think that this will be a catalyst moment for the College of Business and the Graduate School of Business to jumpstart the whole program and catapult the School of Business to the next level. So, with that said, the pivotal moments in my life, sure, there's been some great ones that are, sort of like, okay, I can't believe this happened to me, beginning with the Salty Fisherman store till today. And what an honor to stand here in front of you. I never dreamed that that would be possible, to come here and just see the miracle that can happen when you, as the other speakers have said, when you listen to God and you listen to Jesus, you get to know him, because that one simple conversation that the young guy came into me and he said, I just wish that you would take a few moments and consider Jesus. I'm like, okay, that sounds fair to me. So I think in retrospect, my life really pivoted from that moment forward. So we all have our pivot moments and we can reflect. I just had my 70th birthday, and so I took that moment to pause and reflect on different moments in your life, as we all do. But this is a very special one tonight, standing here in front of a lot of our friends, a lot of the colleagues, the professors we visited with. So I truly am grateful, more than you know, to be here and to be honored by the Alumni Association, so in the school. So it's our family's pleasure, and I think really, for those of you that know me and Julie, it's really because of Julie and all that she has done for our family and friends that I stand here today. So with that, Thank you very much. I appreciate it.